Welcome back, everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor, and I'm Jewel. As you can see, we're on the Jules Peaceful Valley map. We're going to go ahead and move it's a postal place closer over here so I can find out where I'm going to put it. But that's what we're working on. As you can see, we got some other stuff already in here from previous episodes. I'm thinking I'm going to put it just past this hill here, so you're going to come down the hill and then either I'm going to put it here or up on this top part. I don't really want to put it over there because I want enough room for all of it and plus parking. So I'm thinking of going this way with it, but I'm trying to decide if I want to make it down at the bottom of the hill or where, if I want to bring it up the hill. So that's what I'm trying to decide now. So let's look. If we come down the hill, we would see it, essentially. And then you would turn in. But we'd have to lower some of this back there. And like I say, we got it, it's pretty high up here. And there's also room if we was to make a street. Say you turn down a street to go to places. We'll probably do some of that as well. But for the post office, I think I'm going to put it pretty much out. Now, I did mark off this corner piece that I was considering putting some type of a school there. We'll see. I don't know. I could put the post office here. So when you come down the street, you see the post office first. I kind of like that idea. And then you go on to these other things. The ground's not perfect, but this doesn't have to be. It's just not some kind of XML work. We can adjust it accordingly. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring it over here. And if you saw in a previous episode, I brought that whole group in, and that's why all these buildings are floating. So we're just going to be bringing them piece by piece wherever they need to be. And it's already highlighted, so I'm going to hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and as you can see, I'm going to roll in where you can see American Parcel Logistics. Okay, so I got to decide how I want it to be viewed, what I want, Looks like I want this to the front. This is what they had to the front, apparently. But this doesn't show the name or anything. So I kind of want the name in the front. And you can break this apart into however the buildings you want, however you want them. But we'll probably end up moving that fence around. So let me look. This is that part. We could separate that and move it, but let me keep going. This is that part. This is this part. And then you got this part again, which is you don't want to click off of that one. It's getting part of the other thing. This is attachments. This is this little fence here. Let me look under the ground. There it is. That little fence. Then we got this fence. These. Okay. And then the brick. Let's see. Brick wall. This one. That one's underground. And there's one must be underground there. And then we have, what does that say? Okay, stuff's under the ground a little bit, as you can see. So let's lift this up a bit. Whoop, not that one. Undo. Well, let's just keep going down the line and see. Okay, so that was all that was there. So we'll go back to this is the whole group. We're just going to lift it up just to see. Put it about right there for now. We're obviously going to adjust it. So okay, so now we can see. Now see, this would be actually down lower, like so. And it would touch wherever. Okay, so now we can see everything better. So we're going to move the fencing. I don't mind the fencing. I don't know about this fencing. I don't really like it too much. But I like the brick. What I'm thinking about doing is going ahead and clicking on this one. And we're just going to move it out of the way. Control B is in boy. And we're not going to go far. We're just going to go over here. Left mouse click, left mouse click. And then we're going to have this one clicked on. Click on the main group of... Okay, so that's... Okay, here it is. There it is. Okay, the main group. Control B is in boy. Left mouse click, left mouse click. Alright. Click on this. Click on the main group. If there is a whole group right there. Left mouse, Control B, left mouse click, left mouse click. I'm just getting it out of the way. I think that's a single. Oh, okay. Get over here where we can see what's going on. Get the whole thing if it is. Right there. And we're going to move Control B. And we're just getting it away from here for now. Alright. And then we'll do the same for this one, the whole group. Control B. And just get it away. Alright, now I got some room to work. Good, good, good. Alright, I like the brick. I don't want it to be in the whole place though. Let's see. Let's go back and obviously all that's going to move with this, so don't worry about that. We'll be, if we have to delete some of it if we don't want it, we can. But for now I'm going to keep it because I don't know I may use it. So get the whole group and drag it where you need it. I'm trying to get it a little further away from the road. There we go. So I think I'd be, I don't know, I might bring it back a little more. I think that would be good enough. I want to be able to still see it from the road and read it. So that should be okay. Now we need to adjust it to this angle. I'll try to get up here where I can see the angle. I think it's kinda okay already. Let's drag it back and just see. That's pretty close to that angle, so I'm gonna leave that. And it's at the zeros, so it should be good there. So that part's okay. Let's get over here and see. Alright. Alright, that part's okay. We're going to have a roadway coming through. And then potentially one in the front or parking in the front. We're going to have some parking in other areas. Alright, do we want to separate this building? Is what I want to decide. And see what this other side looks like. Okay. I want to be able to see that because it has a lot of detail, and that does too. Let me see. But they've got this thing broke up, so let me break it up again. Let's see. I'm gonna move it, but then put it back. Okay. I just want to see what this building looks like the rest of the way. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. I'm getting that building off of there. Wow. I actually like that. Except I'm going to have to move it over. Huh. Interesting. Make sure you get the whole group off of it. We're going to move this over a bit. But we're probably going to move it further than just a bit. But for now, we're going to move it over and back a hair. And then back a hair. We're just going to get down there so we can look. We're probably going to turn this another way. What I was thinking was turn it front way. Bring it up here. We're going to move that fence in a minute. And have this as a pretty building as well. I wish it had a sign already on it. Like even if it just said that, which I could make. Let me see. Bring it forward. Okay. The problem is these are on this side. Is there any on that side? Okay, so move this. Okay. So that's okay. Alright. Come down. And let me have a look. Do I want it further up? How do I want it? I think that's going to be more like their warehouse, and this is going to be their main office where customers go in. So this fence is going to move to the back. Okay, so I'm just going to drag it straight back. Whoop, I drug it up. Drag it back out the way. And then I can click back on here, and this also comes off in case you didn't know. Let me show you. You can click on this. Oh. And you can drag it off, and then you got this, which is nice if you want to duplicate this building and then just have it like that. And then we're going to click undo because I don't mind it being on the front. And we're going to click back on the main group. I'm going to bring this building forward some. Right. So we could put this building here, roughly. Obviously, we're going to change the ground up a little. This one's going to have to either this one or that one, either one. We'll probably move this one over. Because I want to have room to drive through here. And they got to be able to back up in these buildings here. I think they would be able to if they drove in. So, and then this is we would have a front area. Obviously, we could, I don't know if we'll have a sidewalk, I'm not sure yet, but I can always adjust it. But basically, now we have that building where it's their little storage thing. We could have parking out here, potentially. We could make this the parking lot. We could have a road that goes over here as well. And then we could have a line of parking here. There's the road. Then there could be parking out here. Maybe one row in the front of this parking. Potentially. Maybe not. Maybe. Depends. We may end up moving it back further. This part will have to be smooth, obviously. Or we may lift it up. Well, we'll probably keep it at that level because I don't want the front to be messed up. But what is that? So I left all that? Kidding me? Huh. Must have drug it with that piece. Yeah, I did. And where do we want a fence at? That's what I'm wondering. We want to have room. Actually, it was in a good spot, to be honest, on account of where they're going to be driving. Once they drive back here, like so, we don't want a massive area, you know. So that's pretty much big enough. They got room to drive around the building. We could bring it back a little, say to here. And then this other wall will add to it, potentially. All the ground will have to be adjusted, obviously. Let's push this wall up with it, roughly speaking. We'll adjust it accordingly when we get there. And obviously we won't have that 2 columns there, but that's just showing us how far it's going to go back. And we can make a corner wall. We can run it up this side, or we can put a chain link. We'll see what we decide, either a chain link or another brick wall. We'll just duplicate it, potentially. I might duplicate that brick wall and run it along here. Let's see if we got a whole unit of these. No. I thought it was. Why is it not picking all of them up? Huh. I guess I gotta move them individually then, apparently. I was wondering. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Okay, so then we have this piece we need to move. And let's get to the top of it so we can lift it up. Potentially, we don't want to go too high because we're going to be adjusting it all in a minute. Alright. And bring it this way so I can see. Roughly speaking. Okay. If we bring this over, we'll probably put this brick wall over here somewhere. Something like so. Or we'll see. We'll put it where we got enough room to get around this building, but not too far. We don't want like a ton of room, but like something like that's good. Just to be able to get past. And it'll probably run all the way down potentially, since it is the post office. And once we get the ground leveled, we'll be set. And I'm going to probably leave this at a slope a little bit and flatten up here a little bit. And then this, we'll leave pretty much the same. We'll leave this sloping right there for now. Alright, so we're going to look at this, see what we got here. Click on this side. We're going to click here on the sculpt mode. We're going to put this right around this area. And we're going to go make sure it's on replace. We'll hit Control R as in Richard. And then we're going to just see. Yep, there we go. Now we'll lift that building up a little bit when we need to get that cement showing. But for now, we're just going to get it up over the top of this where we can kind of get all of it at once so we can see like this, something like this, and then put it back on scope mode. Make sure these are all the way. We're not going to go past this building. We want this to stay as slope. We'll make the square bigger. Going to hit the left mouse button and it's going to bring that level, and you'll see it go level, and we'll do it all the way over here. And we'll adjust the school area as well when we need to, so don't worry about that area. Okay, I don't want to go any further forward. We'll fix it if it went too far. And we're just going to go enough to the fence area. Okay. And just keep moving around, getting it. Try not to move too far out of your screen or you'll knock ground down somewhere you don't want it. Okay. And just enough past this building. Like so. Just enough to make sense. And then we'll slope it. There we go. And I think we pretty well got all that area flattened. So let's go look. Alright. So there we go. Got that part flattened. And we technically could flatten it till it hit this corner. Or we can just slope it so it looks like a hill there. Okay, let's just take it down as to that point. Oh, we went way out. Let me back up off of that. Uh-oh. Back up one. Huh. There we go. Okay, back up one. There we go. And we'll just get it to that level here. And knock that part down. Might even put a road between these two buildings, I think. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Put a road right through here. Okay, so there's our road. We'll deal with... We'll have to smooth all this when we get there, but... Alright. So now... we gotta situate this area. We're gonna smooth it, and then if we have to adjust it later, we will if we don't have enough room to drive over that. There we go. Gonna knock that hill down. Make it look more natural. Knock that piece down. Alright, that's good there. Now we still have our slope as you can see, but I gotta adjust it a little bit here just to make sure. So I've got it on the smooth and I'm gonna just knock it down like this, so that when it comes out it's just all smooth and nice. Okay, we'll just come on over here and do the same. Knock it down. Try to get it all smooth. We can adjust the building if we have to. There we go. Sloping down the hill. Alright. Knocking it down so that we can have it where it needs to be. Okay, over here. Knock it down. Alright, we'll knock that down too, because we don't want to go up too high. We're going to fix all that when we need to. We're doing each part, so when I get to the school, we'll go with that and so on. And that road's going to slope right up there. Alrighty. So once you drive on up in there, you got a road. You'll drive to here, then you'll be able to turn between here, and then you'll be able to turn between here. This will be situated. And you'll drive around. You can leave, or potentially we might have a little teeny bit of parking over here. And then you can drive up this side in between that, and then we'll have the back area parking here. And that'll be, we'll fix the fences, and then we'll have a road potentially going here. And then of course they'll have an area here. We might even connect it to the back side of the school, a back way from the school people to come around and go out. Kind of like a little sneaky thing. Alright, so that's the thought. We're going to leave that like that. Gonna look at this and see how low that is. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. I don't need it to go any higher or lower on that. I'm satisfied with that. Got a little door jamb area. Same here. Time to check the front. The front's will be where it's at. Yep, big step up. So I will lower it a little bit. Lower it or slide it back. Probably slide it back. So we're going to click on it, because if I slide it back I won't be on the slope. Let me get off of there. Let's see. This it? Yeah. If I slide it back till that hits, the rest will stay the same, but we won't have to adjust any ground. So it should drag me to that point. Wow, it didn't go much, did it? I didn't think I went that far. I'm trying to make it till it gets to that spot, but I don't want to go too far. Yeah. Finally got it way back here. If you see what I'm saying, it got low enough to make sense. Let me see how far that is. I don't like that. So we're going to undo that a couple times. Alright. Should be back where we were. Let's bring this on up to get us squared away. Should still be on the thing it needed to be on. So let's see. Nope, it's not. Okay, because I changed it. You're right. Turn that off. Get this area. Turn it back on. Control R. Put it on replace. Oh, no wonder it didn't work. It wasn't on replace. Alright, so make sure you have it on the right thing. And come up here. Like so. Click on here. And there we go. I'm going to go a little further out, because I'm going to have to smooth it down. Alright, we're going to come a little further out here just to get this situated. We're at least going to come out to here because we're going to just slope it. Alright. Come over here. Knock this out just a bit more. Ooh, that's pretty far. That's way out there. But it should be okay. Let me see. It should be alright. Let's back off. We're going to slope this with the smooth option. We're going to bring it down. Bring this down just a little bit so it's not so much of it. And then just hit this corner here. Like that. Alright, we should be good now. Yeah. That's good enough. That's what I wanted, a slope. Nice. We'll adjust anything if that needs anything. Knock that down a little. And we should be all set on that part for now. We'll adjust more if we need to as we go. This part needs a little bit. Alright, that should be good. Alright. So let me double check and see. We don't see that concrete. And that's the deal. So I'm going to hit smooth here until I can get that. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just looking for the threshold. And I don't need it anywhere else, so that is good. Alright, now we're quickly going to move this piece as a whole. Make sure you get the whole thing. Let's come up, make sure. Okay, so this piece. And we got to move it down a little. Like so. Alrighty. As soon as it hits, we'll go around and look. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's make sure. Okay, so we can do one of two things. We can put it lower, or we can leave it like the truck backs up to it and it's in the air so it's level with the back of the truck. Because that's what some of them look like. See, like that's in the air. So it depends on how you want it to look. But these doors are up high, so they're trying to say it needs to go down to the other level. But it's really up to you. Then you could put a ladder, not a ladder, but a staircase here if you want them in the air, which I think makes more sense for them to be in the air, but I get why sometimes they wouldn't be if you're just rolling things in or out. But those trucks back up to there, and it makes life easier, but this side is not all the way down too. See these columns? So we're probably going to lower it to make the door and the other doors get where they need to be. Go look and see. Went a little low, so we're going to back off and come up. Get yourself positioned where you can see till you get the threshold. And if that's enough for you, you're satisfied that that's enough threshold, you're good to go. Then we'll go look at the doors, make sure they're good. Make sure that everything's... this isn't quite touching. We could lower it, but it's real close. So let's just go look at these. These are going to be important, so we're going to get where we can see and lift them up a bit. See, there we go. So the other one, see, this is going to be up higher. Some of them. There we go. So there you go. So that's not bad, and we got that little edge piece. Now this one's going to be up higher, which don't matter because that looks normal. People would have a step up in some cases. So you could lift the ground if you wanted, whatever. But that's good to me, and I'm satisfied. So that is done with that one. So I think we're pretty well done with those. Now I gotta decide about this building. I like that it has these doors. I just don't know if I want it for my post office. Do I want that many buildings here or not? If I did, let me see what my doors look like. I got these, and then I got these, which look better. I would probably turn it, but I don't see that I want it. I would probably turn it that way if I was going to do it. If I made this bigger and further back, the fence further back, I would probably stick it here in the corner, like so, and then lower it, to the doors, like that. Let me go on in. I could move the fence back if I want to do it. Does it have a... It don't really have one, does it? We'll follow this one. Go a little bit lower, not much. Maybe something like that. And then we got this little alleyway. See if there's any doors. We'd have to move it over. We wouldn't be able to put it quite that close. But that would be decent. The problem is we'd have to move the fence back because you got doors back there. And we'd have to move it this way a little bit. Because we don't want it next to the fence where you couldn't walk by the fence. Okay, so let's move the fence back and see what we got here. Say we put it somewhere along here. Move this one back. Click on the whole group. Move that one. We'll adjust all that later. So then you come in and there's a fence here. And you come back here and that's what you see. And then you come on over. But see, that's so close to them doors. You wouldn't have a lot of room there. We would have to back it up even further to really have very much room. Now, if we're coming up from up here, that's what that would look like. And so they would have all these extra doors to do things. They would be able to come here and do what they gotta do. So, trying to decide what to do. Wonder how far back I could go and still be satisfied. Let's see. Click back on this one. Okay. And I could pull this one. I'll move those in a minute. Pull that one back. If I pulled it back far enough, I could come through here and then they'd have that room and then pull around to the back on that side. But I'd have to put this fence quite a ways and the ground quite a ways back. But I'm gonna look and see what it would look like back. It'd be a long little area there, like so. I would need it to go a decent way back because I want plenty of turning around room if I did it. And honestly, at that point, You got so much room, you could almost add another one of these buildings. You know what I mean? One here. We'll see. Alright, let's move this brick wall. We don't want to go crazy on this episode, but we're trying to get it somewhat situated. Let's say it was here. That already give us enough room to pull in there. And we would do the ground, have the fence coming up here. That's enough space. We're not trying to, you know, change anything on that part. Let me see. We would move this barely back. Is that the whole group? Yeah. A little bit. And even, let me see. Yeah, we keep it pretty much there. We would probably 90 it. Let me see if that one's on 90. No, it doesn't say. Okay. We probably would 90 that, but you know what I mean. Make that more straight. It doesn't look straight. Let's do it. I think that looks straighter, potentially. Yeah. We'll adjust it if we have to. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do with that one. And then if I'm going to do that, I'm going to double this one. Let me see. Control D as in dog. It duplicates, let it do its thing. When it does, you can drag it over. Now I got two of these. And now I'm going to leave a space between the building. And now we have plenty of stuff. We could either equalize that or keep them separate. Really don't matter. As long as it's close. And then we would have plenty of stuff going on here. And they would have plenty of storage and everything else, and plenty of room to get between here and do our thing back here. Go this way. And then come this way. Alright, that's what we're going to do. But anyway, I'm going to call it an episode here because I don't want to continue to make this video too long, but you get the point. We're going to be working on finishing up the walls and the ground on the next episode or so. So stay tuned. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Have them have all this extra stuff here. We may not put a fence in the front and just decorate with things. But anyway, go ahead and hit save, and we'll call that an episode. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Catch you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody.